We've had the Ironman, Ironwomen surf races, and it's now time for the Aussie bodies Taplin relays. The women are up first. Northcliffe have been dominant so far this summer. They've had a couple of great results here, Jack, and I bet you they're going to be in the thick of the action again.
You'd expect to see them there, Josh. They've won the last 3 rounds of 4, so Northcliffe in scintillating form. We expect to see them continue that on, and obviously would expect to see them continue that into the Australian titles, where we know they are ever dominant.
Noose is the only other club that's got a win, and that came way back in round 1. No Jordan Mercer this time, so they'll be battling to get on another one here. Incredibly, Newport's the only other club that's been on the podium twice, with the likes of Alex Heads, Burleigh, Manly, Corumba, North Burleigh and City of Perth all been on the podium so far. And will it be the same teams, or will we see somebody different rise up in round 5? The same order as we saw in the Ironman and Ironwomen events: ski, swim, board. That is the way it will go around, and the girls are off and away. Hannah Minogue for Newport, the Australian ski race champion, and the Thirroul local just up the road knows this beach very, very well. It's done a lot of sessions here. She's got not the best start, and she's maybe back in 4th or 5th places. It looks like Northcliffe on the front, Danielle McKenzie there as well, and Amy Nerthen in the centre for Currumbin in 3rd place.
As you said, Nerthen stuck between the 2 Northcliffe girls, so it is Northcliffe 1 and 2. Currumbin sitting in 3rd at this stage, but Danielle McKenzie on the outside looks to be making a move into that first turning cannon. We know how strong a ski paddler is. She's been in great form so far in the summer of surf. She's won individual ski races. She's probably the most informed paddler we've seen this summer, and she is leading the way.
The defending ski race champion on the front there. On the inside, looks like Crystal Smith as well. So straight off a surf race win into the Taplin relay, and does something a little different, but we know she's going to do the job. And Amy Nerthen, runner-up in the Ironwoman earlier on. So these girls in the thick of the action. Newport and Minogue a little bit further back, and it's just battling with a couple of the ski paddlers, really doing it tough as they try and come round. And have a look at Mackenzie open up. She's got one runner that's taken her a mile away from the rest of the field. That's incredible. In the space of 6 strokes, she's gone from going head-to-head with 2 other paddlers to now being in the ocean all alone.
Well, about 30 metres out in front, Danielle McKenzie at this stage seems to be making easy work of the run home as she heads past the Aussie bodies Taplin relay can there on the on her left-hand side, right-hand side of screen. McKenzie starts to work on a little bubble now, and that's her ride back to the beach. A little wave, she'll keep it straight, she'll keep working on it, paddle herself over the top, and make sure she holds that one right through.
Tell us about catching these runners, Jack. What do they do? Is it more about feel or just putting the power down?
Well, they spend a lot of time out in the ocean, these girls. They do all the work at training, and they learn to run the ocean. They know when they feel the tail of that ski lift, they lift their rating, look for the holes in front of their nose, and really work to get down each bump and try and link up through to the next one.
Well, Danielle McKenzie's worked to get down that wave and work to build a massive lead for Northcliffe A. They've won the last 3 rounds. They've wrapped up the series already. Noosa was the only club that could equal them on points. They're not going around today, so they'll collect the trophy at the end of the year. But this is about putting an exclamation mark on the summer for them. Danielle McKenzie grits the teeth, and Hannah Minogue can only look off in the distance as they see Northcliffe sprint away. And who else would you want to hand off to? Courtney Hancock.
Well, Courtney Hancock works her way through that hole just on the inshore there. She gets her legs up onto the bank and into a dolphin dive now. So with a good 20 to 30 metre lead at this stage on Northcliffe B, Courtney Hancock is really going to take control of this race, set the pace, and try and swim away from her teammate.
Currumbin in 4th place as well. Got a little bit of work to do to try and get back into this, but it's a huge gap for Courtney Hancock. She puts the head down, really gets going, and it's incredible when you can have the surf race winner as not your number 1 Taplin relay swimmer, when you've got the likes of Courtney Hancock, a couple of times Australian champion in the surf race. And as we fly high over Wollongong, it's good to be back, and have a look at that shot and those clear water there. Incredible stuff.
Well, it certainly is amazing, Josh, and the depth of the Northcliffe girls is incredible. As you said, Courtney Hancock, she didn't win the surf race as Crystal Smith took that one out, but Courtney Hancock has swum so well this summer so far and probably earned her spot as the swimmer in this Northcliffe A Taplin team. They've won the last 3 rounds, so you wouldn't really be looking to replace her.
Newport's there, Manly as well, so the Sydney Northern Beaches clubs trying to compete with the Gold Coast powerhouses, and in the last few years, Newport, they've done pretty well. They took out the Australian Championship last year. Georgia Miller, Lara Moses, and of course Minogue. And Georgia Miller's going around. That's Newport B there with Maddie Spencer as well, doing her best to try and swim into this one. But they've got plenty of work to do because it's Northcliffe A from Northcliffe B. And what about that? When you've got the 2 best teams in the country at the moment, they're 1 and 2 on the front of this race. It's tough to deal with.
Well, Josh, we haven't seen a lot of Georgia Miller this summer. I'm not sure of her whereabouts or a plan of what she's going to be doing this summer in terms of racing.
She had a great year last year, a real breakout year. Won her first professional Ironwoman Series round, was a star in the Summer of Surf. I'd expect big things from her late in the season. Maybe she's just building through it. It's obviously a long season. We started at the Coolangatta Gold all those months ago, back in October. We're through now into January and it's Summer of Surf time, and then we're going to head into the State and Australian Championships, and you'll see it all right here on Fox Sports. So don't go anywhere if you love Summer of Surf. This is where it's going to be, and Courtney Hancock loves where she is at the moment out in front.
Well, what better place to be? Danielle McKenzie set this race up with her opening ski leg, which was absolutely phenomenal. The way she set the pace, the way she turned around and ran that ocean home, far better than anyone else in this race so far that we've seen. And the way she did it was a clinic. The way she did it, she taught the other girls a lesson in terms of running the ocean. And like you said, within 6 strokes, she had 30 or 40 metres on the other girls, and that's what's really made the difference here in this Taplin relay.
I'm exactly like you, almost lost for words in what kind of performance that was. Do you know what it was? It was a class above, and she was a class above the rest of the best ski paddlers in the country. As a little wave starts to come through, and Courtney Hancock won't get down it, and I think at this point the rest of the field will just be praying for a wave to try and drag them back into it, but they're not going to get it, and Courtney Hancock is. So when it's going good, it's great. She gets a thrown over the top of one, puts the head down, gets the arms going as we ride alongside her. She'll stand up and duck dive through that inside gutter, and wouldn't you want to be the last board paddler with this kind of lead?
Well, of course you would, Josh. Who doesn't like to be out in the lead? But of course, sometimes it's not that nice when you know you've got quality girls chasing, and particularly in surf lifesaving, when people can come from behind or you get held up on the way out, you can be a little bit nervous. You've got to keep your cool, concentrate on exactly what you're doing and what you're good at. And with Maddie Dunn finishing off this final board leg, you're in pretty good hands.
Maddie Dunn in and away. She's had a quiet day so far. She was in the Ironwoman final, fell a little bit further down the field than she would have liked, so she'll have a lot of aggression to take out in this one and make sure she gets her team round. And have a look how far the rest of the field is back. That's Northcliffe B just tagging right now with plenty of work to do, and it's Hannah Scully, the young gun, in and away. One of the quiet achievers of the young guns. I know we talk them up a lot as Manly heads in and away as well, but I know we talk the young guns up, but Hannah Scully has been a great young competitor this year. She's got a big, bright future ahead of her, as a lot of these girls do, but she's a great competitor and she'll really tough this one out.
Well, she certainly is. Hannah Scully has been very impressive, but at this stage, it's Maddie out in front, getting it done, and have a look at it. She is on fire. She's continuing on the good form that Danielle McKenzie set off in the opening ski leg. Courtney Hancock took the race by the scruff of the neck. She knew she had to continue on with where Danielle McKenzie left off, and Maddie Dunn is doing exactly the same thing.
Did they consider it done when they handed it off to Maddie Dunn as Tara Coleman tries to chase hard, gets Currumbin back into the podium positions there. They'll be looking to knock Northcliffe off. There'd probably be nothing worse to have Northcliffe first and second. Happened in the men's Taplin at the Australian Championships a couple of years ago, and it's just a show of pure strength here. And on the front, Maddie Dunn takes a look around and she almost has a laugh to herself because she knows that could be the biggest lead you'll ever see in a relay event.
Well, Josh, sometimes you see leads like this open up, particularly when the surf's big and the course is extremely long, but I don't think in conditions like this, conditions where we really only have waves on the water's edge, that I've seen a gap open up of this size. If you have a look at that, There is our second place getter just heading out to the can now, and that's a good 60, 70 metres lead at this stage. Maddie Dunn will continue to extend that lead now as she runs the ocean on the way back. She's getting a couple of good lifts, and she'll be home before these girls are almost on that final turning can.
It's almost criminal. She's almost in the race beforehand. That's how far in front she is as Tara Coleman fights hard. She's up into third place at the moment, trying to get onto the tail of Northcliffe B and maybe stop this Northcliffe Quinella that they've got going at the moment. Maddie Dunn, have a look all the way back out to see the little black can, the little speck in the distance. That's second place, and this is Maddie Dunn on the front. She's going to pick up a runner that will it turn into a wave? No, this has been the performance of the year so far. Northcliffe, not just a class above, they're well and truly above everyone else at the moment in this Taplin relay competition. Maddie Dunn did it very easy there. She'll have a smile on her face as she crossed the line, and she's got her teammates in Danielle McKenzie and Courtney Hancock to thank for that. It's the easiest win Maddie Dunn will ever get, and consider it done from her there, up and around. She'll walk this transition up, but the real race is going to come. The real race is for second, third and fourth.
Well, can Northcliffe go 1 and 2? That's what's going to be interesting to see here. So Northcliffe A take their fourth win of the summer, their fourth win in a row. They took out round 2, round 3, round 4, and now round 5 at North Wollongong, and it looks like Northcliffe are currently in the position to take second place as well.
Hannah Scully in second there. Tara Coleman's worked her way into third, but the girls from Manly and Newport are refusing to let her go. Manly B's there as well, so don't count them out at the moment. Hannah Scully's picked it up. They'll celebrate at Northcliffe tonight. It's going to be a 1-2 for Northcliffe, and Tara Coleman does the job on the red and green South Sydney board for Currumbin, so they'll get bronze. Northcliffe A in first, Northcliffe B in second. It's a Northcliffe Quinella, and then up the beach, Tara Coleman makes it a 3-way Gold Coast podium there. She'll have to sprint up the beach, but Newport going with her, really trying hard to get up and around at the moment, but Coleman won't let them steal the third place from Currumbin. Newport in fourth. Manly, they crossed the line in fifth there. North Bondi, a great job to sneak home in sixth place, and a Manly and Newport B. What a performance from our winners there. Northcliffe A, Northcliffe B, unbelievable from both teams. Scary stuff ahead of Currumbin in third place. We head further down the page. All these teams will be looking to earn points for the overall point score.
Yeah, it was a really exciting race, and I was lucky enough to start it off.
Yeah, it was. I think the conditions have changed definitely all day, and then the blue bottles I heard were coming in then. So being the swimmer was probably the short straw, but yeah, it probably made me swim faster in the end. But yeah, really happy. It's again, it's definitely confidence going into the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm not tall enough, but I'm Harriet today. Yeah, it was good. It was good. The girls had a good lead, and then I came around at the end and, yeah, did nothing, just paddled in and ran up. But, yeah, it was good. Mate, you're valuable.
Brutally honest from Maddie Dunn about her effort in winning, but it was a brutal performance from Northcliffe. They take a perfect 120 points into the final round. Nobody can beat them. Nobody can even go close. Currumbin's in second. Newport is in third. That wraps up the